They went 3-0 as we hop into the action right now. They went 3-0 against Class Action. They went up against THC, 3-0 with them as well. A very impressive La Familia team, 3-1 there. And then they hop over to Team EXE, 3-1, beat them. And then Frequence, the old all-mid team, they win that one 3-2. But we see a goal right here kicking off. Fifi scores this one first for Akrew.
Yeah, it'll get the pass from Oath, and one of the things we'll have to look out for here against Akrew is they are one of the teams that's been established a little bit longer, having formed, I mean, this last spring, but it feels like these guys have played with each other for quite some time, and so the chemistry is more than likely going to be there. So a hot start for Akrew, but Scuzz, quick back up on offense. They're going to have to try to take away this passing game from Akrew. That's really where they like to get their offense from.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not the start that we wanted to right now for Scuzz Esports, but at the same time, they bounce right back. They head over to the offensive end of the field. Here comes a nice infield pass right there from Eris. Over trying to find Seiya, but couldn't quite find the angle on that one. But you like to see the aggressiveness. You like to see them clear their mind and start to attack on the offensive end.
Yeah, just get into the flow of it. Look, it's a best of 5. There's a little bit of time, but it's going to be several matches tonight, so it's good to see this, even a little bit of settling into the rotations and into the mechanics as we're about to close out the first minute of Game 1.
First minute was the crucial one, like we talked about. It was just, you know, a couple things going wrong for Scuzz, but at the same time, it's just everything going right back on the right track now. Aris is at midfield trying to clear this one up the field. Eris picks that one up into the corner as well. Double commit right there in the corner from Akrew. This could be a chance right here for Scuzz Esports. Can they get the read off the backboard? Aris can't quite get the touch, but does lay that one up for Saya. Oh my goodness, what a close call right there.
And even if they don't get the goal, that's one thing to keep in mind is the opportunities there to keep pushing. I agree. I love the offense after going down early. But you have to keep pushing through and not let any mistakes get to them too much. It doesn't look like they're doing so now. They'll get challenged out to the midfield pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Akrew looks really comfortable too. They're not really taking too many chances or anything like that. But at the same time, I think that there's a couple of opportunities that Scuzz Esports need to capitalize on, especially the pace of play. You see, they have so many offensive segments so far. Akrew only had that one, and of course they scored off of it, but at the same time, Scuzz has at least 3 within the first 2 minutes right here, so they need to take advantage of this opportunity right now, this offensive segment, as Astro brings this one towards midfield. Oath at midfield as well. Nice takeaway towards the midfield line from Saya, but once again, just stalling out just a tad bit. Oh, what a save right here from Eris as well on the rotation back through. I thought that one was an open net.
Yeah, it was very close indeed, and Aris taking to the sky again to try to cut this off. You know, Scuzz Esports, we've done fairly well at cutting off these midfield plays coming in from Akrew, even if it takes a little bit of physicality and sacrifice to get to that point. But, I mean, Akrew, as mentioned, they like the passing plays. They like to feast, getting that initial clear and sending it downfield to look for a teammate. Case in point right there. But another excellent save coming out of the goal line. A follow-up to keep us at 1-0. But Oath trying to slow it down with about 2 minutes left to go. Whoops. That first goal may prove to be the decider, but Scuzz Esports, we're very much still in this.
Well, 100%. You know, they're playing some phenomenal defense, and they're breaking away to the other end of the field as well. As we see this gather, Aris pushes that one off the back wall. Saya's at midfield, might have a second chance at that one, but Fifi pops that one away as well. Fifi's going to bring this one from north to south over towards the orange end of the field. Nice wraparound into the corner, though. Going to be denied by the defense of Scuzz Esports. Here comes Oath now. Astro waiting for the challenge, waiting for a pass, waiting for something. Astro covered up by Saya on the defensive line one more time. And Scuzz Esports' defense is like a brick wall out here.
That's a way to come out and make a statement. Akrew unable to get any of the plays to work out fully in their favor. They're trying to bring it back again, but again, bounces on the net. And that one, you know, will take maybe a little bit more of a thank you to the goalpost there to be true. Turn it around, maybe, no, but challenged out. We're getting to the final 60 seconds. Pace of play continuing to pick up. And whoops, it's getting closer and closer to anybody's game, especially with what we're seeing from Scuzz.
Yeah, Saya once again trying to do things himself, trying to push that one through on the goal line. Couldn't quite get the angle to push that one through, though, but you see the follow-up touch was there from Eris, and Iris or Aris are just lurking right here at midfield, waiting for their opportunity to strike as well. Just a little bit off target, though, Alligator. I mean, they need to just clean some of these shot attempts up, and they're going to find the back of the net eventually.
They're taking these really interesting angles at it as well. That last shot where I gasped on getting that ceiling pinch to try to send it back down. They're not going straight on it, which is how you're going to get past a lot of these higher end teams, but still has not quite gotten there. Now, final 30 seconds, a dangerous position here for Scuzz as the crew up on the offense. We'll see if they can get this transition going as time ticks away.
Final 20 seconds. This is an open net. No, that's covered up by Fifi from Akrew. That was a chance right there for Scuzz Esports one more time. This one's still on the offensive end of the field, though.
Oh.
Almost at 10 seconds. Yeah, that was lurking for quite a bit. 10 seconds remaining now here in this game number 1. Saya off the sidewall. Denied right now from Fifi. That one's popped back over towards the orange end of the field. This one still has the pressure from Akrew. Can they score one more goal, or can Scuzz Esports keep this one up? And there it is right there. Akrew is indeed going to win game number 1. And that first goal right there, Alligator, kicking this one off, it does matter.
It ended up mattering as wow, tripped over my words weirdly bad. Sorry about that. But it did end up being the one that mattered. It was so close right there at the end. Astro had to dodge a bump on the goal line. We saw it fades me on who for Scuzz was the one leading up, but I loved seeing it happen, but unfortunately it did not develop into a goal. So game 1, it started off very quickly there for Akrew, but you know what? This is a very close matchup. This is very winnable, and maybe, you know, the 5 minutes, a little bit of warm-up, maybe we just needed the 20 seconds because we're right there neck and neck for the rest of game 1.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, in these matchups, like I said, this is the furthest that this team has come. You know, Saya, not a stranger to day number 3. He did play for Prestige beforehand in the past, so, you know, he had a couple of opportunities with Prestige. That just shows you what caliber player that he is. You know, probably the team captain of the Scuzz Esports roster. But we had some opportunities there on the offensive end. I would say at least 5 to 6 opportunities in this matchup, but the defense for Akrew just standing so tall, and had we not started off behind within the first couple of seconds, I really believe that this will be a different ball game. And it just shows you how good Scuzz Esports plays as well. It shows you the type of team that they are, and like I said, this is the very first showing that this roster has been together.
Yeah, absolutely. They look comfortable. I want to really go back and hammer down that point about challenging these midfield plays from Akrew, because they're trying to look for these connections, and if the connection's not found, neither are going to be the goals. So if Scuzz, we have that offensive pressure, we'll just need to find a way to convert it to more than just pressure and find a way to seal the deal. And if we get, you know, if we continue to play defense like this, we'll keep goals out of the net. We would like to get that a little further down onto offense.
Hopping into game number 2, this beautiful Aquadome Stadium. Right now, no early goal for Akrew, so it's going to be pretty much 50-50 in this matchup so far, and we've seen this in game number 1, just how good Scuzz was, how good Akrew was. I really want to say that, you know, Akrew probably didn't take it as serious, but as the game progressed in game number 1, I think they started to feel that pressure from Scuzz Esports. They started to feel some of these shot attempts that should have went through and could have went through, and they need to respect the majority of those shots as well with their defense. I think Scuzz Esports actually had a total of 10 shots in that game number 1, and I believe 5 of those were saved away, so we had 5 missed opportunities right there in that game number 1.
Almost had one, but it was stolen away there. And yeah, whoops, to your point, complacency is what undoes a lot of teams when you start getting into these qualifier stages. Yeah, you were making these events over and over last season, but this is a brand new season. Players have had time to keep grinding and keep working up. And the guys over at Akrew, they got to remember, they were in the same position as Scuzz just a year ago, and they can't forget that it is totally possible to make these runs through lowers and make their way into the regionals. Of course, it will take a run here through Swiss in our first match, down 1-0. Still 0-0 in game number 2. Is again, the defense is collapsing fairly quickly, keeping Akrew off the net.
Yeah, they're playing some really, really good defense right there. They had all 3 members from Scuzz pretty much in the goal line trying to keep a majority of those shots from Akrew out. So Akrew has to pretty much attempt some more creative shots towards the net to kind of catch the defense of Scuzz off guard. But at the same time, we don't want that to happen. We don't want to see the creativity coming from Akrew. We want Scuzz to win these matchups, and right now we need to keep this ball over on the blue side of the field, because the more chances we give Akrew to knock on the door, the deadlier this is going to get. That was a close shot right there as well. That was going to be denied and taken away by Eris. Saya pops that one towards the blue side of the field. This might lead to something here for Scuzz. Astro, no boost to work with, pops this one into the corner as Eris. Saya right now, nice infield pass. Can that one find its way through off the top crossbar and off the backboard as well? The follow-up touch not coming through for Eris. Still not done yet. Scuzz Esports applying that pressure, and Akrew just escape it.
Yeah, looking to try to get that midfield pass opportunity so close, but still 0-0. And we'll see if Fifi will be able to do something. No, Aris challenging it out. And again, holding back here on our orange half of the field and doing well to keep this scoreless, but just have to find the way through. You notice Akrew, they're starting to hold a player back a little bit more. As time ticks away, they don't want to give away the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, especially with low time, that one goal could be the deciding factor that either one of these teams need. This is an open net opportunity. Wow, look at Fifi with the heads-up play, trying to bump Saya, who was in the net, just kind of lurking and hiding, waiting for that shot attempt. This one, dangerous territory. A miss from Oath into the corner might lead to something. Fifi, though, just all over the field right now. Air dribble, midfield, has the shot as well. Eris has to save that one away. The transition now, Aris off the backboard, trying to have the follow-up touch with Saya, though. It's another missed opportunity. The defensive rotation not going to be clean enough for Scuzz Esports, and Oath is going to put Akrew on the board first.
As the pace is picking up, the plays are starting to extend further and further across the pitch, and you start getting caught a little bit leaking out, and the demos in the midfield certainly aren't helping, but Oath finding a sliver alongside that wall and finding that final touch. And Akrew, they won game 1 with a 1-0, up 1-0 here in late in game 2, but it has been different since that first 20 seconds. Scuzz obviously will still be looking to find that opportunity, as they've been plenty, they just have not quite been fully there.
Yeah, it's still hunting for this first goal, which is surprising to me, but at the same time, it's been a defensive game, and just one defensive lapse from Scuzz Esports essentially led to this goal right here in game number 2. Because other than that, they've been playing pretty much perfect the whole entire time. But under 60 seconds to go now, game number 2. Scuzz Esports needs to find the equalizer. Here comes Fifi at midfield. Nice little pass infield, trying to find somebody to connect with, but couldn't find anybody. Intercepted by Saya as well, who's going to bring that one towards the other end of the field. Eris has a chance at this one. Nice pop, beats 1. Can he beat 2? No, he cannot. Oath denies that one. 30 seconds to go. Scuzz Esports still hanging on.
They're still fighting dangerous, all 3 members deep upfield, and again, it's starting to extend more and more as you have to go for the riskier plays as time's ticking out, but we might have one going here. Aris throwing it up over to Aris. Aris squared to find it. The Chaos got themselves, lobbing it up to the other Aris, the Aristotle one, but on the board, 20 seconds left, and whoops, we've tied the game.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pass, a heck of a play right there from Scuzz Esports, too. You've seen it, the 1-2 connector for Scuzz Esports, the first goal scored right now in this series. Only 20 seconds to go. Looking at a possible overtime right now in game number 2. So here comes Eris trying to change that factor, maybe trying to get this done in regulation at midfield, battling against Fifi. No boost to work with his Eris. Nice demolition onto Oath, though. Here comes a chance right here for Eris. Upfield towards Eris. Off the back wall. Has to play some defense. Oath with a good clear towards the other end. And Saya's, of course, going to let that one hit the ground and indeed head into overtime for game number 2.
And this could prove to be pivotal in this best of 5. Obviously, we don't want to end up in a reverse sweep situation. So finding an overtime goal here will be huge. Again, starting back on defense. Both getting challenged out quickly. A double commit on defense is going to be awkward. Aris has to sprint back, but a misplay. No, leaves it over for Astro. It goes for the pass onto the back wall. We'll be able to collect, but it goes wide. An opportunity there for Akrew. They do not seize upon it, so we continue play here in overtime.
Yeah, that was a good chance right there for Akrew to kind of get things done in OT, but we don't want that to happen. Scuzz Esports playing some great defense so far. That was a good challenge right there from Saya. Fifi still has a chance at this one. Eris going to pop that one towards midfield. Eris clears that one towards the other end to give some breathing room here for this defense. Collect some booth, regather their thoughts, and can't really take too long because this pace of play is just absolutely ridiculous right now. Infield pass is from Saya to Eris, and that was a close call right there. Had he not had to pre-jump that one, and maybe he could have took a little bit more time to find the angle, but still right back to work. Eris to Eris. Into the corner, this one goes. Saya, follow-up touch, maybe double touch off the back wall. No, Fifi denies that one too.
And the pressure beginning to smother. It will be cleared off onto the back wall. Eris over to Eris. No, it's a fake, but Astro getting in the way. And the Akrew at defense are doing everything they can to get back into position here as they're truly being tested. As a lot of their outfield plays have not quite been exactly what they're looking for. 1.5 minutes now into overtime. Lob up attempt. Fifi with the clear, trying to get it over, but no, Saya will go for the challenge. A shot coming in, challenged out by Astro. And also get the clear. We continue to play.
Almost 2 minutes in this ball game right now. Close call right there for Scuzz Esports, but like I said beforehand, both of these teams' defenses have been playing phenomenal. A couple of those shots like that might not find their way through, but sometimes the mind games work. Fifi trying to get this one done as well. That one's saved away at the nick of time by Eris. Here comes a shot from Oath, denied by Saya. Astro trying to go for that bump as well. Couldn't quite find the touch that he needed to. This one might lead to a transition right here. Here comes Eris. Nice little pop towards the midfield. Astro keeping the pressure on. Oath off the sidewall. Can he get it? No, denied by Saya once again. And the defense from Scuzz Esports keeps on standing so tall, but no, Astro finds it. And Akrew take game number 2.
Oh my freaking goodness, that the defensive stand there in overtime, all the pressure coming down, is still picking up save after save. But ultimately, Akrew able to put on shot after shot. They finally break their way through, but my goodness, that a heartbreaker in overtime as we'll head into game 3, looking into a situation where we'll have to reverse sweep. But again, we're getting there. Another goal on in game number 2 and starting to see that momentum and showing that, hey, this series is not done by any means as we head into 3, and we'll look to try to get a little bit of an uppercut and start getting some momentum back in the back half of the series.
Yeah, it's looking like there was a heck of a lot of shots from Akrew. Scuzz Esports forced to play defense. It looks like they had at least 12 saves right there. So, I mean, like I said beforehand, the defense standing so tall for Scuzz Esports, but that just leads to more opportunities for Akrew. What that means is we have to keep the pressure onto Akrew as well, keep the ball on the blue side of the field essentially, and take away those opportunities and take the pressure off of that defense, because we all know what leads from pressure cracks and chips. A crack is going to come in that defense, and then eventually something's going to come through.
Right, and I really like what I was seeing from Scuzz there in game 2, starting to get continuing the aggression that we saw in game number 1, and getting to the point where you could almost even call it ego challenging in the midfield. Yeah. But it was working out because it was keeping Akrew on their toes and not getting them any room to run their set plays. The problem is it leads to that little bit of extension as is necessary for a game style like that. So we'll see if we're able to overcome that here to game number 3. Round 1 on the line. We're going to head over to the offensive end quickly as Eris looking to start it off. We will be sent off to the side.
Yeah, this one needs to start off on the blue side just like how we did, but we have to, just negate this person right here, Fifi, from touching the ball from Akrew, because he's pretty much been the playmaker. This is an open net. It's going to lead to Scuzz. They're going to take the lead early on, only 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, Aris pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Oath trying to get the clear, but Aris says, hey, it might be a little bit of a Scuzz goal, but we're still going to take it, get the early lead. And so far this series, the team that strikes first wins the game. So, I don't want to call it this early whoops, but it does bode well for us going forward.
No, it definitely, you can't call it off of that one, especially one goal. This Akrew team's very, very good offensively, and they showed that they're capable of coming back from a 1-goal deficit as well. But we need to play some phenomenal defense. It does take that initial pressure off of getting the lead. Now we have to maintain that lead, and I would like to see one more goal scored here just to kind of take the monkey off of the back as well of Scuzz Esports. And we're fighting to stay alive too. That's the most important thing. This is a match point officially for Akrew as they move to 2-0 on the series. Astro puts a shot through. Nice denial right there from the defense of Scuzz Esports. One more time. That's a nice bump right there. Fifi accidentally bumping his teammate there. Oath on the goal line. Scuzz Esports couldn't capitalize on it though.
Yeah, they were pushing, but a good, solid recovery there from Akrew. Still pressure mounting from Scuzz. Astro trying to get the clear, but a minute and a half into game number 3 here, seeing some physicality, seeing some bumps, whether it's from one team to the other, but Oath will tie it back up just underneath the crossbar. And again, attacking up that right side, left side for us on defense, but finding that touch and getting on the board.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We know that Akrew had some good offense, especially being down. They don't like that feeling, essentially, so they were going to start to be a lot more aggressive. And the more this one goes on, essentially, you know that Akrew was going to start to figure out this defensive plan that Scuzz has been presenting to them. So it was only a matter of time, I feel like, until Akrew scored. That's why I wanted to see one more goal for Scuzz in this matchup. But still, quickly on the offensive end, Eris, once again, a shot from Eris, I believe that was, on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, my apologies. Here comes a follow-up touch from Saya in the corner, trying to keep this pressure on. This is exactly what they need to do. Keep this pressure onto this defense. Nice double touch. Oh my goodness, no! Eris is going to go ahead and clean this one up. Get the follow-up touch, and Scuzz takes the lead again.
Again, Eris connection, a beautiful shot, but it turns out it was a pass with the Chaos Eris diving up along that midfield line. A great follow-through. I will 100% believe that was a calculated play by Eris coming up on offense. So we retake that lead, and whoops, you said you wanted to see another goal. I would love to see another one on top of that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, they have to score another goal here. I was saying that because I want to see them up 2-0, not in that 1-1, 2-1 perspective. So I would definitely like to see them take the lead by at least 2 goals here. Look at a nice wave dash, a chain dash on the sidewall from Saya. And more times we're starting to see a lot more teams utilize that chain dash on the sidewall to just regain their boost and momentum and speed. Good job from Eris right now, denying that double touch from Astro, trying to hunt that backboard defense, though standing so tall for Scuzz Esports. Here comes Saya, potentially off the back wall. Fifi, good clear. That one's going to be quickly gathered up at midfield, though, from Eris.
Solid push there, and going back to it, seeing those wall dashes, the chain dashes, I remember that first came out, and it was a question mark, who's going to use it? Well, a couple of months down the line, everybody's using it. It could be a couple of years, time flies, but it was really impressive to see how often it gets rolled in onto these games, so that was my mild digression there with Scuzz. They're going to go right back up here onto offense, a slow play from Aris. Fifi will get the better of it, but still looking to keep this pin back in the blue half, try to take some boost and time off the clock as well as we look to get a game of the series.
Minute and 45 seconds left. Scuzz Esports needs to win this game to stay alive in this series right now against Akrew. Good flip reset pass upfield from Aris. Here comes Eris at midfield. Nice long shot. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it's going to find its way through as well. I like what Saya was thinking coming off of that back wall, but this is going to chalk up to an own goal right here for Akrew.
As Astro just got caught off on the other side, instead of going to the far post, went and cut back mid, and shows that, hey, you know, at all levels, people are susceptible to it. You rotate too far in, you end up own goaling on the dive back. So the 2-goal lead with 90 to go. The momentum still continuing back towards us over here at Scuzz. The demo on the midfield is going to put an exclamation point on that as well. Whoops, I love to see what we've been bringing here in the last minute or so.
Yeah, they need to keep with the pressure like we talked about beforehand. Keep this pressure up. Take these opportunities away from Akrew. Don't let them get over here on the goal line and win these 50-50 challenges. That was a late reaction right there from Oath, who probably had that one dead to rights, but Saya smartly picks that one up on the goal line and, you know, brings it right back towards that midfield line. But final 60 seconds right now for game number 3 on the clock. Scuzz Esports needs to hang on just a little bit more longer to take this first game away from Akrew.
Yeah, just playing keep away at this point. Obviously, another goal would be fantastic. A passing play coming out mid, and Oath again will be the one to find the goal. And Oath starting to pick up some offense as well. Solid passer from Fifi, can't lie, but still, the game ain't over yet. We have the lead. We need to hold it.
Yeah, that was just a huge passing play right there. A team play from Akrew. You've seen that Fifi actually, you know, got a bump or got the pass to Oath, but Astro got the bump inside the box onto the last defender back right there for Scuzz Esports. So it took every single member of Akrew to overextend themselves and pretty much get that goal going. But they're only down by 1 now. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Eris now at midfield. Oath, nice challenge at midfield. Here comes Eris now, trying to pretty much pick this one up and force it through. He does have the contact, but trying to go for the bump on the defenders. A smart play right there from Aris. Has to play some defense on the rotation back through. Scuzz Esports, 15 seconds left in this game number 3. Can they hang on to take this first game? Astro, Aris, Fifi, all of these members trying to get this one back towards the opposite end of the field. Oath pops this one down. All zeros on the clock. Can we get it got down? Yes, we can. Scuzz takes their first game.
They continue to climb up on offense and continue or start finding ways through. And a great kill at the end as all 6 players on the field sprinting, trying to get contact on that, trying to get something set up. But cool, calm, and collected, Scuzz gets the final kill. And hey, whoops, I'm liking these numbers we're seeing. Still in the double digits on shots. 6 of the 11 still getting saved. But the offense is not letting up, and it's continuing to pound Akrew, and rightfully so and justifiably so. Say, hey, you've been saving it, but we're gonna break our way through soon on our own.
Yeah, I mean, they did a heck of a job scoring first and maintaining that lead, and if that's what it takes to win, then we need to do that every single time. I know it's a tall ask because Akrew's been playing phenomenal defense just as much as we have, but at the same time, they're actually starting to capitalize on some of these opportunities as well. And it's almost like this team plays so much better when they're behind, because like I was watching that day number 2 bracket, and sometimes they would fall a couple of games, and it was kind of like back and forth the whole entire time, but it really hasn't had that chance yet for Scuzz to kind of take that lead first. So it's hopping to this game number 4. I want to remind everybody that Akrew is on match point. Scuzz Esports trying to hang on and pretty much force this game number 5.
Still uncomfortable, but forces what it's going to be. So we hope to see Champions Field here, round 1. Again, we'll head back onto defense just to start off the game, a quick transition out of it. So again, all 4 games so far have started with Scuzz back on the defense. Quick transition to offense as we look to strike first again. It will be a battered round out of the corners. Looks to be a little bit more deliberately paced game to start here so far, Whoops.
Yeah, 30 seconds off the clock, and you know, neither one of these teams willing to budge so far. It's kind of a good thing, though. We want to keep this one, you know, like I said, slow, concise passing, slow, concise thoughts and movements and things like that. You don't want to force anything because that's going to lead to some sort of overextensions. Good pass from Aris, trying to find Eris right there on the goal line as well. Saya puts a threatening shot right there, saved away by Astro though. So you like to see the pressure right now from Scuzz Esports onto this Akrew defense. But at the same time, like we talked about beforehand, we need to capitalize on those opportunities and those shots.
Yeah, they're again continuing to push through. It's just finding that last little bit of a touch. The shots certainly have been close. I love how close that last one had gotten. Obviously, ultimately pinned out, but we'll continue battling over here in the midfield. Neither team really overcommitting too terribly much, so the rotations have been safe. The challenges have not been overextensive either. Granted, only 90 seconds in, but still back against the wall here in round one. Still hunting for the first goal, as the team who scores first has won every game so far, so I do feel a little more confident going for the 1-2-3, but will not be able to get it, and will be pre-flipped by Eris to send it to the corner.
And I was going to say, Eris needed to catch up to that one. That one was coming with some speed and tenacity on that one. If he had not caught up to it with the pre-flip, that one was probably finding the back of the net right there for Akrew. But Scuzz Esports, like I said once before, they are playing phenomenal. A close shot right there from Saya, going to be denied. I believe that was Astro who saved that one away. Once again, a couple of demolitions. The sparks are starting to fly for both of these teams. We haven't really seen too many demolitions thus far. They really haven't taken too much effect just yet, but you see Oath is trying to implement the demolition smokescreen effect onto the goal line, trying to catch the defense off guard as well. Here comes a shot from Aris at midfield for Scuzz Esports. That one's going to be denied, I believe, by Oath. Off the back wall now, Astro going to go ahead pass that one to Fifi, who's going to clear that one downfield.
We'll get the turn back too. There's quite a few boost steals there coming from Scuzz over on that blue half. Trying to choke out Akrew and keep them pinned. Back the pre-flip, and the spin from Saya will not be able to get there. And Fifi will try to escort this one out as another trip down onto offense will come away with not much to go for it. But whoops, to your point, demos starting to become more and more common in this game. We saw a couple back in Aquadome, but they're certainly picking up their pace and appearance.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you can't beat them, get them off of the field. You know, you have to clear these defenders off the field. Not only that, but it acts as like a mental strategy as well. Here comes a nice touch. Eris trying to catch up to that one. Had 36 boosts. I thought he might have had the redirect to find his way through. Fifi putting a shot towards target. That one's going to be saved as well from Eris. But hopping back over to the point real quick. Yeah, if you start to demo some of these defenders, it starts to make them more aware of the players on the field, so you can start to implement some sort of mind game strategy. You can start to go for some of these demolition attempts and make the players jump and catch them off guard and so on and so forth. So it does have a viable strategy, especially here in NA.
Absolutely, and you see how many players complain about it, but it's so effective. I mean, the teams who do it well tend to do better. We'll see if we can be the better here of Akrew as we go into the final 75 seconds. Another challenge in front of our net. Another lob up by Oath, but we might have something up here as Eris trying to get it up to Saya, but a quick turn back onto defense. Pre-jump there by Saya again to the defense, holding strong. With a quick turn on the midfield by Akrew. Makes it a little bit more challenging as we head into the final 60 at game 4. Will it be it? No, cleared to the side.
Yeah, I thought that one was the chance right there for Scuzz Esports, but all three members from Akrew were back on that one. Doesn't really bite on the fake just yet. 45 seconds remaining now here in this game number 4. Fifi from the corner. Aris. Nice interception in the air with that one. A little bit of a mistouch, miscommunication right there from Scuzz Esports. You've seen Aris and Eris kind of bumping each other in the air there. So we couldn't quite get the clear that we needed. 30 seconds now. Saya pops that one towards the corner. Astro pops it into the corner as well. That one's towards midfield. Eris wins that 50-50 exchange just temporarily. It rolls back to Eris, who cleared that one downfield, and it's looking like, oh, what a shot right there from Oath. That one's saved away as well. Saya, the savior right now for Scuzz Esports. Final 10 on the clock now. This one's at midfield. Eris trying to get it done in regulation, puts a shot towards net. Fifi saves away into the corner. Here comes Eris now. Nice waterfall pass over to Saya to the left-hand side. Can Eris score it? He does! Scuzz Esports gets it done on the all zeros, and they take game number 4.
Eris with the pinch lobs it past the drop down by Saya, and Eris says, hey guys, you dropped this. We need one more touch, one more goal for the 0-second, 1-goal lead in game number 4. Folks, game number 5 is upon us, and that is why you do not fight until the last second, because that is what happens when you keep pushing.
Oh my goodness, Scuzz Esports Get it done in regulation. Absolutely beautiful team play right there. I love how they kept it up and just did not give up because they knew they could take one away right there from Akrew. And just perfect positioning led to that one too. You saw Eris overextended, passed that one to Saya. Saya knew he was there and he just had to put his car in the right position in that upper 90 to get that dunk play, and it worked out perfectly.
Absolutely beautiful, and it's one of the plays that so many people go for, and how many actually manage to pull it off? Well, Aaron and Sai are the ones that pull it off. So game number 5 against Akrew with the potential to reverse sweep in round 1 of our Swiss matchups tonight, folks. We'll be in the game here in just a second. This is what a thriller to start off the night, Whoops.
Yeah, this is a heck of a matchup right now. These teams are so evenly matched on the field. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, like I said, just offensive heavy, but the defenses have been pretty much telling the story of this one. So many denials, so many just defensive attacks that are just been saving so many shots away. It's just been absolutely phenomenal to watch. I wouldn't have started any other way with a close matchup right now, but hopping into game number 5, Champions Field, this is all for the marbles right now.
For all of the marbles indeed, as he looked to get that momentum and go into the upper bracket of Swiss as early as possible. And in game number 5, again, we'll start back off on defense with the demo coming out as Akrew, I'm certain are going to be looking to pick it up and not start off day 3 on the wrong foot, but Scuzz holding on to all of the momentum, looking to try to strike first again and continue the momentum, continue the winning ways we've shown over the last couple games. We'll see the pushing back down onto defense. An excellent save coming out as well. Saya getting the pass down. Try to get it over to Aris. Double touch, maybe no. And a potential double commit. No, this might be dangerous. Oath trying to catch up. Will be pre-jumped by the defensive pass over.
Wow.
What a save! But Saya couldn't get back to the follow-up. Akrew are going to strike first.
Wow, what a save right here. The first initial touch right there from Eris, and Saya pretty much trying to, save that one away, but Astro just there for the follow-up touch for Akrew. And I believe this is the first time Akrew has actually started off the series in front since game number 2. So Scuzz Esports has some work cut out for them, because game number 1, we knew that one went to 1-0. So, I mean, we have to score, but I believe that the Scuzz Esports team can. They can come back because of the fact that they've been, pretty much connecting with some of these opportunities that they had. And basically their defense has been playing pretty well so far as well.
Pretty well as a little bit of an understatement.
Oh,
I would think so. Going into the game, I'm all tied up on this goal differential. That will be another one for Akrew, however, as Oath again finding the back of the net. Some chaos down right in front of the goal. Aris trying to get it off to the side. We could not quite get enough on an Oath there lying in wait.
Yeah, still a lot of time though. 3:37 remaining, but it's pretty much cruise control moment right now for Akrew. Does have the work cut out for him for sure, because when you're up by 2 goals, especially 2-0, it's going to go into cruise control mode and kind of make this defense back up a little bit more. Not going to allow so many opportunities to kind of find their way through, but we're going to see if we can still sneak a couple of goals here and catch the defense off guard. Maybe now is going to be the time to start implementing that demolition strategy to kind of get some of these guys off the field. It's a nice little 50-50 at midfield right there from Saya. Fifi steals that one away. No boost to work with. That one's going to bounce and linger just a tad bit right there on the goal line. Here comes Aris now trying to get that final flick upwards to clear that one away. Relieve some of this pressure right now that Akrew is mounting. Astro off the back wall trying to pass that one over to Oath. Couldn't quite find that connection, but right now Akrew is looking like a whole different team.
They're looking different. That pressure, their momentum continuing to accrue in their own right, but still half of the game to go. It's going to look for a lob up here, but a nice pre-jump coming out by the defense. The Oath will have to play it across the net. We'll be looking for a goal here quickly for Scuzz to try to cut this back down to a 1-goal game. Hope that maybe Akrew get a little bit complacent as they switch into a potential cruise control mode, but again, looking to be fairly solid as well. Scuzz continuing to push, trying to get at least the first one. To get 2, you got to get 1 first. They're absolutely trying to do just that.
Yeah, here comes Fifi and Oath. Oath putting a threatening shot, saved away by Eris though. Astral trying to have the follow-up touch. Eris saves that one away, but I was going to say Fifi pretty much being the savior of the squad so far. He's just been everywhere, all over the field in this game number 5 for Akrew, being that first man up for Akrew, pretty much jumping on a lot of the opportunities before they even present themselves. So Scuzz has to play catch up essentially. Here comes Saya, and there goes Fifi once again attacking that one early into the corner. Eris That one might find its way. There goes the nice demolition onto Oath. A huge missed opportunity right there for Scuzz Esports.
It was so close, though, getting the demo there. Akrew ended up getting lucky that they had 2 players in net, so Fifi could come up and get that clear, get that save. So potentially a little bit of miscommunication there by Scuzz there on the back line, but still down by 2. Looking to get our first goal here of game number 5. Have been threatening. I love that demo along the goal line. I like these touches down, but we need to get them a little bit more controlled and not give Akrew so much time to be able to react to them.
Oh, 100%, because once you give that player, any of these players right here on Akrew some time, and they just kind of take advantage of it. Not only that, but they're playing the clock. They're going to start to slow play everything too. The more this goes on, the less and less threatening this becomes for Scuzz Esports. So they're playing against not only Akrew's defense, but also the clock right there. As it crosses 60 seconds, Aris tries to put that one through. Oath is going to go ahead and deny that first touch, but Aris scores this one as well.
I thought that first one was going in over Oath, and you can see I think he thought it was too, but again, Eris, named after the goddess of chaos. Why not throw in some discord here in the final minute? With 1 goal down, we've seen what can happen on the 0-second mark before as well, so hopefully that'll be a game winner for us, but we'll continue to push through as Oath trying to get Akrew back up onto offense early. Aris following it up, takes it to the air, looking for a pass down, gets the play onto the back wall, looking to get a pass over to Saya, looking over to Aris, looking for the 1-2-3, a triple commit on defense, but Akrew hold on to their lead.
Yeah, we have to keep our eyes on the boost meters right now of Akrew to see how much boost they have to work with, and luckily they escape right here. Oath brings this one upfield and is taking more precious seconds off the clock, has the bait, there goes the bump on the goal line, Saya still saves that one away. This could lead to a transition offense right now for Scuzz. Astro jumps on that one early. Eris to Saya. That one's denied as well. Fifi, like I said beforehand, the player who's been the player to watch right now for Akrew. Final 10 seconds on the clock. Last chance right here for Scuzz Esports. Astro off the back wall. Eris has to read this one perfectly. Eris keeps this one up as well into the corner. Saya at midfield has to keep this one up. Off the second touch, does just that. Fifi there as well to meet him. And that one falls into the corner on the blue side.